Buzz, welcome back to the channel where we talk everything K-pop with a splash of tea, some love, and a whole lot of opinions. Today we're talking about something super cool and honestly really inspiring. Enhypen Sung Hoon has just been appointed as the Public Relations Ambassador for the Korea Sports Council. Yep, we're seeing the Ice Prince return to his sports roots in a whole new way. So here's what went down. On May 16th, there was an official appointment ceremony held at the Olympic Hall in Seoul, and Sung Hoon was handed the ambassador certificate. That's not just a photo op, guys. That means he's stepping into a pretty meaningful role representing sports culture in South Korea. And the fact that it's coming from the Korea Sports Council, that's big. Now, for those of you who are newer to the fandom or maybe just know Sung Hoon as the calm, cool, and sometimes adorably awkward visual of Enhypen, let me take you back a bit. Before K-pop, Sung Hoon was a legit figure skater, like national team level. He was out here performing on ice, landing jumps, and living that athlete grind life. So this ambassador title isn't just some celebrity title, it's personal. During the ceremony, Sung Hoon actually reflected on his past as a skater. He called it a turning point in his life, and honestly, you could feel the sincerity behind his words. He talked about how the discipline and focus he gained from being a national athlete helped shape who he is today. And I think that's something a lot of idols don't talk about enough, how their past experiences outside of music continue to impact how they perform, how they handle pressure, and how they carry themselves. And here's the line that really stuck with me. He said, "K-pop and sports are different fields, but they share core values." I love that. Because when you think about it, both require passion, intense training, teamwork, and a relentless drive to improve. Whether you're on a rink or on a stage, you're constantly working to be better, to connect with an audience, and to push past your limits. Now I want to throw a question to you guys. Do you think idols like Sung Hoon, who have experience in completely different fields, bring something special to the K-pop world? Like maybe a different mindset or a unique approach to fame and performance? I feel like there's something so grounded about idols who had an entire life before debuting. But let's talk more about what this ambassador role actually means. Sung Hoon expected to promote interest in the upcoming 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympics. That's 2 years away, but the build-up to international sports events like the Olympics always starts way ahead. So Sung Hoon's face, and probably his voice and influence, will be part of campaigns, events, and maybe even educational efforts around sports culture in Korea. That's a lot of responsibility, and honestly, I can't think of a better idol for the job. He's not just representing Enhypen here. He's repping youth, dedication, and the bridge between K-pop and Korean sports pride. Plus, it's such a wholesome kind of influence. Like, imagine a young fan discovering figure skating because they saw Sung Hoon talking about it. That's the kind of soft power we love to see. And you know what else is perfect timing? Enhypen is about to make a comeback. Their 6th mini-album, Desire Unleashed, drops on June 5th. So this ambassadorship announcement is such a great moment to show how multifaceted the members are. One day he's performing on a music show. The next, he's standing in front of a sports council as a national ambassador. We love a dual career king. Now I'm curious, do you think we'll see any sporty themes in Enhypen's upcoming comeback? Concept? Like, what if Desire Unleash ties into the idea of drive, ambition, or breaking personal limits? Because those are all themes that could definitely parallel Sung Hoon's ambassador role. Just a theory, but hey, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so let's dive deeper into Sung Hoon's image within Enhypen. Because honestly, he's always had this quiet elegance, right? Like, you watch him perform, and there's this precision and control that totally makes sense once you realize he was a professional figure skater. That kind of body awareness doesn't come overnight. It's years of practice, discipline, and knowing exactly how to command space with your movements. In a lot of Enhypen's choreography, you'll notice Sung Hoon has this sharpness and fluidity at the same time, kind of like how a skater glides but also lands with power. So this ambassador title is also a celebration of how his past hasn't just stayed in the past, but is woven into who he is as an idol today. And beyond the stage, there's just something really admirable about the way Sung Hoon carries himself. He's quiet, yes, but not in a shy way. It's more like composed, thoughtful. He picks his words carefully in interviews, He has that still waters run deep vibe. So him stepping into this public ambassador role shows another layer. Like, hey, he can speak on behalf of something as big and important as national sports, and he can do it with grace. Now let me bring you guys into this. Do you like seeing idols take on these kinds of ambassador or cultural roles outside of music? Or do you prefer when they focus strictly on being artists? I personally love it because it humanizes them more. It shows that they're multidimensional, and that their influence can go beyond album sales and dance practice videos. But I'm curious what you think. I would drop your thoughts in the comments. Also, this makes me wonder, should more idols with interesting pre-debut careers get opportunities like this? Like, what if we saw former actors, athletes, or even students in science and math get spotlighted for those past talents too? Because I feel like there's a lot of hidden depth in K-pop idols that we don't always get to see because the industry moves so fast. And speaking of speed, Enhypen's schedule is no joke. Between world tours, comebacks, and now extra roles. Like this, it's wild to think how much these guys have on their plate. But it also makes you appreciate the team around them, like the agency staff and managers who help keep things balanced. Hopefully Sung Hoon is getting the support he needs as he takes on this ambassador gig, both emotionally and physically. Because even if it's not a comeback or performance, representing a national council is still work. Now let's talk about the timing again. We have this announcement now, mid-May, and Enhypen's comeback is early June. You know this is going to boost interest in both the album and Sung Hoon's individual activities. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little feature or segment about this role in one of their upcoming behind-the-scenes videos or reality shows. Or maybe a special vlog where he talks more about sports and shares his memories from skating days. That would be such a good watch. And imagine if this role inspires more fans, especially younger ones, to get into sports, not just as a hobby, but with a real sense of motivation and respect. K-pop has that kind of ripple effect. Sung Hoon, just by being appointed, could inspire someone to step onto the ice or onto a field, or even just to start thinking about fitness in a healthier way. That's the power of visibility. Also, let's not forget the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics are coming in 2026. That might feel far off now, but time flies. So this ambassadorship is long-term, and it's honestly the perfect way to connect international fans with Korean sports culture, especially since Enhypen already has such a global fan base. What better bridge than an idol who knows both worlds? So to wrap up, here's what I want to know from you. What do you think Sung Hoon brings to this ambassador role that no one else could? Do you see him as a role model, not just as an idol, but as a former athlete? And how do you think this will affect how the public sees Enhypen, especially with a comeback around the corner? Let's talk in the comments as always. I love hearing your thoughts and theories. And if there's something you want me to deep dive on next, whether it's comeback concepts, idol careers, or just fun fandom stuff, let me know. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And don't forget, the stage isn't the only place our faves shine. Sometimes they shine just as bright when they're off stage, doing something meaningful for the world. Annyeong Buzz, and I'll see you in the next video.